Hey everybody, this is Nicholas Live, and I am back in business. You guys haven't seen a live stream from me probably in a couple of weeks, and that's fine. Most of you might not be in crypto right now. Most of you might be on vacation, and sure, I myself, took a little bit of time off here and there. It's a good time when things are not happening as fast to just to step back a little bit and enjoy life. And it's fun enough that a lot of other YouTubers in crypto have been slowing down a little bit. Some of them might have lost money and wanted to change careers, and it happens. Some people might have just became bored or needed a break. I know lots of crypto YouTubers who took a break, and I think it's the perfect timing. I'm glad they took a break right now, because when the next altcoin season and the Bitcoin starts running up again, which could happen as early as now and as late as 5 years from now. But I think this year is quite perfectly set up for a nice run up. And all of you guys who might be taking breaks right now or enjoying summer, like I've enjoyed summer a little bit, this is a really smart move to make, because when the next run-up does come, you want to be there at the front seat and watch exactly what's happening and have all the latest news. So I'm all for grinding and working hard, being always informed what's happening in crypto. And today I've actually just run into another cryptocurrency YouTuber. I was sitting right here actually a couple hours ago with Kubera. You might, some of you guys might know him as Avi LSD. He's a little bit of a controversial figure in crypto, but he's an amazing guy, and we've talked about some really important things, but I want to keep this very crypto related, and to give you guys my #1 pick for the next altcoin season bull run. Because if you look at the waves of things come in seasons and in waves, and we're coming in waves, as the Bitcoin guy would say. That's a side joke, but back to reality. Things do happen, in run-ups or rundowns, and I think that it's quite possible we'll have another really strong altcoin run-up before Bitcoin booms itself. That's what happened around the same time last year, around this same exact time, and it's possible that's going to happen exactly as it happened last year on a much more exaggerated scale. That's what some of the people watching charts are saying, but some of the people are also saying that it might crash harder before the next explosion comes. So you gotta be prepared for everything. But the way I like to be prepared is by knowing exactly what's happening. And here is my #1 pick of what coin I personally think has the most potential in the next run-up. Now, this coin has been in the top 100s before. It is not in the top 100s right now. And as I give you guys more details of why I love it, I'm sure most of you will figure out what it is. So if you guys, as soon as you guys figure out what it is, definitely post it in the live chat. I can't wait to see which ones you guys get it right away. And first, well, this is the biggest giveaway. A lot of my subscribers, must have seen the CEO interviews I did with the CEO of this cryptocurrency, but I think the #1 selling factor at this moment, this is new news for the coin, is that it is a certified utility. That means it's a guaranteed, not a security. There you go, boom, Michael got it right away. I love it, man. You must have been following really closely, and you should definitely follow this coin. It's called NLC2. But before you start judging, whether you like this coin or not, let's cover some unbiased things that. I actually made a whole list of unbiased important factors I think the coin has going for itself. Now, also to be very unbiased, NLC2, as Cordelli just did a video recently, like yesterday, or about the NLC2. He also said that one of the drawbacks is there's a lot of big whales from the early days of NLC. They hold big chunks of NLC. And, oh, Michael thinks #1 is MyBit. Hey, I like MyBit a lot, but I think that's a longer term investment, like like a 3-year possible investment. I think NLC2 has lots going for it right now, like this year. MyBit might do amazing tomorrow. We can't know what's happening behind the scenes because everyone's working hard developing. But I believe I also like MyBit, but I believe it's a longer term hold. But going back to NLC and some unbiased coverage, so yes, there's lots of big holders having it. But those holders are actually the people who are actually the big whales and the earliest guys usually happen to be the hardest believers. So that means they might not sell in next 5 years, because there's some really hardcore believers, and I might possibly be one of them. So I want to be totally transparent that I really have been following this coin for a long time and know lots of people who love it. And I met the CEO so many times and spoke to him. So I do have a strong belief in the actual team. Hey, Netrix, what's up, man? So let's just go down the list of all these amazing features that NLC has going for them. So first of all, it's very low overhead company structure. That means they're an actual company. That means they're a utility and have a platform. So their platform is low overhead. That means they don't have many expenses, and that means and they're already a revenue generating business. That means they make money from a very small fees they charge. Meaning they're a long-term sustainable business, especially compared to the old world competition that they might have. But I think it's just not possible for them to have strong old world competition, because the way they're a very modernly run company, and I get to experience this firsthand by knowing some of the team members. And it also has the lowest fantasy sport fees. So for the games on the platform, the fees are extremely low, and this is possible because the company has low overhead itself. So right now their focus is customer acquisition. They're not focused on making money right now. They want to make the money in the long term. So that's one of the things I really like, and it's absolutely dominates the fees. Their fees are just so low, nobody can compete with them, and that's the whole point. They want to take over the market and give people opportunity to have the right to play without being ripped off by these monopolies, right? Now they have constant additions of new sports, meaning they're constantly developing. So this is a project in development. So it's very functional and looks beautiful right now. The platform is extremely easy to play, very simple to use. The UI is amazing. They had a nice UI update just a couple months ago. But they're always adding new sports. There's many more sports to come. They just added a new sport right now, and MLB will be coming very shortly as well. Now, fantasy crypto on its own is a major thing, because NLC2 lets you bet on, not bet is a very bad word. It's a game of skill where you try to build a team of coins, and that game itself, and you essentially speculate on which coins will do the best by playing against other players. So you're not playing against the house, you're playing against other players, which makes it 100% fair and skilled game. So you're not like betting against the house, which wouldn't be as legal, and then harder to orchestrate and less fun, because it's less room for profit. But you're playing against other players. It's very much a game of skill. So that on its own, fantasy crypto, if you haven't played it before, definitely check it out. I had lots of fun, seeing how well I know the top 100 coins, because it's really hard to predict the future, and this, you get to put your money where your mouth is and try to play against other players, predicting the future like you are. Well, but predicting the future with skill. Also, it did just get No Rake Poker released just a couple days ago, and this is like, I'm not gonna say it's never been done before, but it's never been successfully done, and they are doing it right now, doing it amazingly. Because many people try having a no-rake platform, but it's not sustainable because it's no fees, no rake. So that means you can't make any money. However, they already have a functioning business, so they don't need to make money from this. So they just want the player acquisition. So they can have an amazing product, which is no-rake poker, because of the other stuff they have going on as well in parallel. So I think they're the only no-rake poker platform which is sustainable, will be around, and will become very, very big. And no-rake poker is amazing, because that means players lose like 10% easily in poker and just on the rake, and it kills your probability of making money. So not to forget the important factor, it's just got recently listed on a major exchange, Bittrex itself. So that has been connected to this recent certified utility certificate they got. So that if you thought they weren't legit before, they're pretty much, this is as legit as it can get. So they're big players right now, and they're set up for success. They're on a major exchange and available, and you can Let's not forget you can buy no limit coin with a credit card or a debit card. I mean, that, like, what other coin can you do that? You can do it maybe for Bitcoin in a couple of places, maybe it's for top 5 coins if you get lucky. But this coin, which is, you know, not top 200, not top 100, you can buy it with credit card, which is amazing. That means they really got their shit together. Not to swear unnecessarily, but it just have to put it in to emphasize that it's rare, and it just shows how real these guys are. And not even to mention how positive the community is. Lots of you are probably watching from the NLST community because I've been so active there. Most of you know me from that community. It just that positivity, even when the price wasn't its best. So if you look at the last couple of months, the price isn't as good as it was a couple of months ago. But in some chats, crypto coin, people are really becoming really negative because they just want short-term gratification. Yes, Netrix, if you're in the US, you can't unfortunately add money in the no-reg poker right now, just to answer your question in the live chat. But I'm not really supposed to say this since they're really trying to be legit and follow the rules, but you can always use a VPN, which you shouldn't, of course, because they're trying to be very legit and follow the strict rules, right? Until they got everything, all the licenses for all the states and everything. That's why you can't add more money if you're in the US. But if you really want to do something, I'm sure you can find a way to do it, right? Back to the community, the team is very transparent. You're welcome. The team is very transparent. I know them personally, and they do so many live updates with the videos and everything, and they got nothing to hide. They're just working hard, and you can see that. The blockchain itself is very fast and extremely efficient and cheap. It's a proof of stake blockchain with a really small inflation. That means by holding your tokens in your staking wallet, you're getting a 4% yearly increase return, more or less. So it's amazing. It's a good incentive to reduce the circulating supply because you put your tokens on the staking wallet, and it's a good way to incentivize the price increase, since the people will stake, meaning they want to have their tokens on the exchanges ready to sell. But it's also meaning that it takes 30 seconds on average to send no limit coin and receive it. It's extremely fast. Confirmations take around 60 seconds on average. That means it's actually a two-minute confirmation block, but 60 seconds is the average time to get a full confirmation. But unconfirmed, you get unconfirmed confirmations within seconds. So you can move the coin really fastly, and for thousand of a pennies. So it's the fees are less than pennies. It's a thousandth of a penny. It's incredibly small. It's 0.0001 no limit coin, and no limit coin currently is at 5 cents or something. That means it's a thousandth of 5 cents. So it's really small. Moving on to their marketing, they're right now really focused on acquiring new players. So they're big on affiliate marketing. That means you get a percentage of the fees they generate from the users you refer. And right now their focus is really on acquiring more players and making them a global company, which they already are, but making them even bigger with more and more players. So that's really good. They're not really focused on making money. They are, but in a very moral way, by acquiring lots of players, not by squeezing everything out of the players they have. And there's also a cool thing coming up this year. They're planning to have their own debit card, meaning you can load NLC on their debit card and spend it like dollars or euros anywhere in the world. So it's actually, you'll have later this year, you'll be able to exit from basically sell no limit coin with a debit card as well. So that will make it a whole closed circle ecosystem, meaning you'll be able to buy and sell with a credit debit card, more or less. Later this year, they'll have this second part, a piece of your own debit card, which is awesome. I can't wait to hold a lot, because I hold personally NLC too, so I can't wait to have the ability to sell a tiny bit, for a drink right now. Maybe it's pretty cool. Makes it very usable, which already is, but makes it more usable. And let's not forget, there's already some platforms shopping platforms that already accept no limit coin, so you can actually buy stuff in no limit coin already. There's some platforms accepting it. And now that sports betting is legal in the USA, NSCA2 will be capitalizing on that and moving into betting as well. So that's they're just constantly just expanding, boom, boom, just putting in new features, new platforms, new ways to use NLC, and it's just becoming a global, like, it's slowly becoming an empire, which is, I love that, the way they're like looking at the long-term, long-term success, not short-term, easy gratification. And one of the possible drawbacks is they're not into a hardcore marketing, because if you look at top 100 coins, the reason most of them are top 100 is because they have like 8-figure marketing budgets, some of them. So that means they're constantly running ads, constantly paying people to promote their coins, and that's the reason they're remaining in top 100. And one of the reasons NLC isn't in the top 100 right now is because they couldn't compete with some of the marketing budgets other cryptocurrencies have. But that this is a good thing, because once some of those blown up valuations go down, because there's lots of coins in top 100 which don't deserve to be there. Let's be very honest. There's lots of very bad coins which don't really. You just can't compare them to such an awesome project like NLC2, and they're already in top 100 because their marketing spending. And it's unfortunate, but it's good, because that means in a couple of months or in a year, when their marketing budgets get spent, that means what now? They're gonna end up, their price will not remain where it is right now, and new, more solid and more real projects, more legit projects like NLC2 will just naturally rise up. So sure, at the moment they don't have like an 8. Probably, I'm guessing that NLC doesn't have an 8-figure marketing budget, which it could. I could not have this information because I can't know what's happening behind the scenes. But I'm sure they can't. They don't have as big marketing budgets as some of the top 100 coins, but their marketing budgets can only last so long, and marketing expenses in crypto are very expensive. So they want a lot of those top 100 coins won't last long. Let's be very honest. So it's a little bit of a negative, but it's actually a positive if you look at it from a longer term investment. I don't want to call it investment because investment is a very difficult term to use in crypto, right? So let's get back to the one last point I want to make, and this is one of my favorite small details. Like, if you look at the nolimitcoin.org website, scroll all the way down, what you'll find is a telephone number. Like, what cryptocurrency has a telephone number? Like, they're just so transparent. You can literally call their team up and reach them on telephone if you have like important questions. Like how much more legit does it get? Like, they got literally nothing to hide. They're just working hard, and they're like, this is it. Here you guys, take it or leave it. We're an amazing company. You can come join the ride, or watch us from the sidelines. Don't have to. It's your decision, right? Yeah, you didn't know that? Just scroll down the website, nolimitcoin.org. You scroll down, and like there's a phone number. You can literally call them up, leave a voice message if they're busy or talking to somebody, and people, like, there's a real person listening to that or talking to you. It's amazing, and I think it's a nice way to close it off. It's very awesome how their number one priority is regulatory compliance. So they're really here for a long term, and that's awesome to see in this such a speculative market. Let's be honest, crypto is a very speculative market, and sure, crashes, quote unquote, will happen, but in the big picture, it's just a dip. And in the big picture, the real Amazons and the real companies who are legit will thrive in the long term, and that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be, and those, following those projects, or working with those projects, try to help them, or participating in any possible way with those big players who will be around in 5-10 years, and when in 5-10 years you can bet they'll be big. And that's the way I want to end it. I hope you guys love this breakdown of NLC2. It's I really was meaning to do this video for a long time, and it's perfect right now because so many new things happen. Like the BitterClick listing was just recently, so it's now a nice way to sum up all this new cool stuff that's happening on this project, which I've actually mentioned many times in the video. But I just I personally like it so much that I think it deserves more coverage, and you guys should definitely spread the word. Sooner or later they will do something big, and you can brag that you're the one who found it first before everyone else, right? So go brag to your friends that this awesome project. The people deserve to know about this, and I hope you enjoy this video because you deserve to know about this as well. I'll see you guys around, and I want to say greetings from Warsaw, Poland. I'm enjoying my stay right here in Eastern Europe. It's a nice place to spend time, especially if you're lucky like me and are able to work from anywhere and just get on a laptop and get important work done. So take care, guys.